Have you ever dreamed of freedom, elegance, and power? Well, there is an animal that has it all, the horse. From the plains of Asia to the fields of Europe, they have been our allies throughout history. And today, we will show you some of the most beautiful breeds in the world. If you love horses, this video is for you. Don't miss it, because this journey begins now. Number 1. Andalusian horse, pure Spanish breed. Under the skies of Spain, in lands bathed by history and passion, a breed was born that has withstood the test of time like few others. The Andalusian horse, also known as the pure Spanish breed, PRE. This noble equine is synonymous with elegance, strength, and harmony. Its muscular body, arched neck, and abundant mane make it almost a mythical image. But its beauty doesn't just lie in its physique. Its intelligence, temperament, and noble character have made it unique over the centuries. Originally bred by monks and warriors, it was the chosen horse of medieval knights during the Crusades and the Peninsular battles. It was feared by its enemies and admired for its power. Over time, it left weapons behind to conquer royal halls and artistic stages. Today, it shines especially in classical dressage, a discipline where it performs movements as precise as they are poetic, many of them directly inherited from the ancient European riding schools. Did you know it's called the Horse of the Four V's? Because of its Iberian origin, it is said to descend from the horses of the Vetones, Vaxios, Turdetanos, and Carpetanos, ancient peoples of the Iberian Peninsula. Additionally, it is an extremely sociable and versatile animal, even used in cinema and artistic exhibitions due to its imposing presence and ease of learning. The Andalusian horse is not just an animal. It is a symbol of national pride, a living work of history, art, and nature. And it's only the beginning of a journey through the most beautiful breeds on the planet. 2. Lipizzan or Lipizzaner horse. In a corner of Europe where mountains guard secrets and palaces whisper history, an equine breed as elegant as it is magical was born. The Lipizzan horse, also known as the Lipizzaner. This noble animal originates from the lands of Austria and Slovenia, but its roots go further back, to Spain. Yes, because it was the Spanish horses, especially those from the Andalusian lineage, that shaped the Lipizan. In the 16th century, the best Iberian stallions were crossed with other European breeds to create a horse worthy of kings and emperors. The result was astonishing. A white horse, shining like freshly fallen snow, whose upright bearing and proud gaze make it look like it came straight out of a fairy tale. Its muscular and well-proportioned body hides great strength, but also incredible grace and agility. Intelligent, sensitive, and highly trainable, the Lipizzan is not only beautiful on the outside, but also on the inside. But what truly makes it legendary is its role in the Spanish riding school in Vienna. Since the 16th century, these horses have been trained to perform aerial movements with almost supernatural precision. The courbette, the capriole, or the famous levade. These are jumps and postures that defy gravity, the fruit of years of training based on mutual respect and trust between rider and mount. Did you know that all Lipizzans are born dark? Yes, they can be black, brown, or chestnut at birth, but over the years they whiten until they display the silvery coat that defines them. Every day, under the golden light of a centuries-old academy, these white horses continue to write their story, step by step, jump by jump, as if every movement were a dream come true. 3. Arabian horse. They say that some horses don't walk, they flow. And if there is a breed that seems to have been sculpted by the gods of the wind, it's the Arabian horse. Born among scorching dunes and starry nights of the Arabian Peninsula, this animal is much more than a creature of elegant beauty. It is a living fragment of the world's history. With its refined head, large expressive eyes, and perfectly rounded croup, the Arabian horse doesn't need to gallop to impress. Just seeing it standing is enough. Its silhouette seems traced by a legendary brush, and its arched neck recalls ancient bronze statues that still whisper about lost empires. But beyond its hypnotic appearance, what makes the Arabian a true genetic miracle is its endurance. Imagine it traveling endless kilometers under the scorching sun, with barely any water or shade, as it did for centuries in Bedouin caravans. This horse was bred to survive where others would fall. Its blood carries the memory of the desert and the pride of never giving up. Did you know it is one of the oldest breeds in the world? In fact, its lineage can be traced back more than 4,500 years. Warriors and traders revered it as a living treasure. It was even said that Allah created it from the southern wind, giving it the breath of fire and the soul of a hawk. Its temperament is as noble as its bearing. Intelligent, loyal, and sensitive to humans, the Arabian horse doesn't just let itself be ridden, it gives itself fully. It's no coincidence that many modern breeds carry Arabian blood. It is the root of equine nobility. Watching it trot is like witnessing a forgotten dance. Its gait, light and elevated, is something of a poem, and something of a promise. A promise of speed, of endurance, and of eternity. And so, between legend and sand, the Arabian horse remains what it always was, a dream in the form of a neigh. 4. Frisians. When a Frisian horse appears on the scene, time seems to stand still. Its black silhouette, impeccable, almost mystical, has something of an ancient warrior and an untamed spirit. Originating from the green fields and wetlands of the Netherlands, the Frisian doesn't walk, it parades. And each step seems like a solemn declaration of elegance. Its coat, black so deep it absorbs light, contrasts with long, thick, wavy manes that fall like velvet curtains over its powerful neck. The tail, also abundant, sways like a living banner every time the wind brushes against its stride. Without exaggeration, it is one of the most cinematic horses that exist, and it's no coincidence. Frisians are frequent stars of the movies. Their dramatic and majestic appearance has made them favorites for period films, fantasy, and epic battles. From medieval kingdoms to dragonlands, these horses don't just complement the spectacle, they elevate it. Just remember those scenes of warriors riding dark steeds through the fog. Almost always, it's a Frisian stealing the spotlight without saying a word. But its beauty isn't the only admirable thing. This breed combines strength and docility like few others. Despite its imposing physique, it has a gentle, obedient, almost melancholic temperament. In fact, for centuries, they were used as light draft horses and knightly mounts. Their natural bearing gave them distinction, but their disposition made them reliable even amid chaos. Here's an interesting fact. In the Middle Ages, these horses were considered ideal companions for both nobles and soldiers. Their endurance allowed them to withstand long journeys, and their smooth movements made the weight of armor more bearable. They were elegance and strategy. Today, Frisians continue to enchant not only with how they look, but also with how they feel. Riding one is like driving a black wave of silk. Everything about them speaks of contained strength, tradition, and silent royalty. They are like a dream someone forgot to wake up from. A reminder of the sublime. A horse that seems painted by the brush of a legend. 5. Hanoverian. The Hanoverian horse doesn't need boasts. Its presence is discreet but powerful, like that of an elite athlete who knows exactly what it's capable of. Born in German lands, where precision meets a passion for perfection, this horse was bred with a clear purpose, to be the best, and it succeeded. Its body is a work of biological engineering. Tall, muscular, perfectly proportioned, yet without losing an ounce of elegance. It has that kind of functional beauty that doesn't shout but conquers. Its movements are so fluid, they seem choreographed. Every step has intention. Every jump, impeccable technique. It's not just a horse. It's an aerial dancer, a four-legged acrobat. The Hanoverian is the silent star of equestrian tracks. In jumping, its power is surprising. In classical dressage, its precision borders on the poetic. It's no wonder it's one of the most awarded horses in international competitions. Here's the curious part. Many of the Olympic champions who have made history in equestrian disciplines rode a Hanoverian. Because this horse doesn't just compete, it dominates. But behind that amazing performance is also a story of rigorous breeding. Germany implemented strict genealogical registries as early as the 18th century to ensure that only the most balanced specimens, both physically and mentally, passed on their genes. It's a breed built with patience, science, and pride. What's most fascinating is that despite its fame in high-level sports, the Hanoverian is also docile and cooperative. It's intelligent, reliable, and learns quickly. It's not just a champion, it's a companion. One that adapts, responds, and never ceases to impress. Watching it train is like witnessing a conversation between human and horse, where words aren't needed. Just looks, gestures, and trust. It's that connection that makes the Hanoverian a living legend in the equestrian world. Thus, from German fields to the world's podiums, the Hanoverian continues to write its story, with elegance, with strength, and with the heart of a true athlete. 6. Camarillo horse. There are horses that seem to come out of a fairy tale. And then there's the Camarillo horse, a vision of galloping light that seems to have been painted with the glow of a cloud. With its completely white coat and pink skin, this horse doesn't need adornments to hypnotize. It is purity in motion, a living reflection of sunlight on marble. Originating from Mexico, the Camarillo is more than just a genetic rarity. It is a symbol of distinction and legend. What makes it so special goes beyond appearances. Unlike other white horses, which tend to be born dark and lighten over time, the Camarillo is born completely white, as if nature wanted to reveal its splendor from the first breath. This is due to a unique genetic mutation, which not only determines its color, but also its special character. Its story begins in the 20th century, when Adolfo Camarillo, a renowned Californian rancher of Mexican origin, acquired a white stallion named Sultan. Fascinated by his bearing and rarity, Camarillo dedicated his life to preserving this lineage. Thus was born the Camarillo breed, which has since become synonymous with elegance and tradition. In fact, these horses became icons in parades, official ceremonies, and historical events. It's no surprise that in California and parts of northern Mexico, seeing a Camarillo is like witnessing a piece of living history. But their appearance isn't the only thing that dazzles. They are intelligent, noble, and surprisingly resilient. They have a friendly temperament, making them ideal for both riding and shows. And yes, when they move through the streets or across an open field, everything else seems to stop. They don't trot, they shine. A little known fact, due to their highly specific genetics, Camarillo horses are extremely rare. For decades, only a handful of specimens have kept this pure line alive. They are like equestrian pearls, hard to find and even harder to preserve. Riding a Camarillo is like riding a moonbeam. They're not just beautiful, they're irreplaceable. A white dream, galloping between reality and legend. 7. Axalteque. Under a scorching sky and dunes that stretch endlessly toward the horizon, in one of the oldest regions of the world, a breed of horses as unique as it is fascinating was born. The Axalteque, originating from Turkmenistan. This noble animal is a child of the desert, forged by centuries of survival in one of the most extreme environments on the planet. Its appearance catches the eye instantly. Its slender body, defined musculature, and long legs make it a natural runner, elegant and swift as the wind that sweeps across the steppes. But if there's one thing that makes the Axalteque unmistakable, it's its coat. Shimmering like metal under the sun's rays, it has an iridescent glow, almost magical. This special effect is due to the structure of its hair, which reflects light uniquely, giving it that golden, coppery, or silvery tone that seems straight out of a legend. Bred for thousands of years by the Teque tribe, this horse was a faithful companion to warriors and travelers. So resilient is it that it can cover great distances under high temperatures with very few resources. It's said that a group of riders on Axalteques traveled more than 4,000 kilometers from Turkmenistan to Moscow. in just 84 days. In addition to its beauty and endurance, this horse stands out for its intelligence and strong bond with its master. Loyal to the end, it can grasp subtleties in training that other breeds cannot easily comprehend. Today, the Akalteke is not only a national symbol of Turkmenistan, but also a highly valued genetic treasure in international equestrian competitions, especially in dressage and endurance riding. With every step it takes, the Akalteke carries with it the history of a people, the echo of hooves on the sand, and the brilliance of a sun that never sets on its legendary coat. 8. Morgan. There are horses that impress with their size, and others with their spirit. The Morgan, originating from the United States, is one of those that wins your heart before catching your eye. Compact, strong, with a firm posture and eyes that seem to speak, this horse carries in its stride the pride of a young but determined nation. It's not the tallest, nor the most exotic, but there's something about it that makes it unforgettable. It all began with a single horse named Figure, owned by Justin Morgan at the end of the 18th century. From him, all Morgans in the world descend. Interestingly, no one expected much from that particular specimen, but he turned out to be so strong, intelligent, and versatile that his fame spread like wildfire across the prairie. He quickly became a legend. He worked the fields from dawn to dusk, ran with the lightness of a thoroughbred, and yet had such a sweet temperament that it seemed he could understand his rider with just a glance. One of the most surprising qualities of the Morgan is its personality. Affectionate, sensitive, and loyal, this horse forms real bonds with those around it. It's said that it doesn't just learn commands, but also moods. Some claim that a Morgan can tell if you're happy, sad, or tense, and adjust its behavior to accompany you. But don't be mistaken, its sweetness doesn't negate its power. These horses are strong, resilient, and carry themselves proudly, as if they know they bear the legacy of heroes and pioneers. During the American Civil War, Morgans served as battle mounts, messengers, and faithful companions to soldiers. They could traverse miles of difficult terrain without losing pace or spirit. Today, they are highly sought after in disciplines like dressage, driving, and recreational riding. There's no terrain or challenge a Morgan isn't willing to face, and it will do so with grace, courage, and that gaze of theirs, which seems to say, "Trust me." The Morgan is more than a horse. It's history, heart, and a living lesson in nobility with steady legs and a joyful spirit. 9. C'est le Français. When the art of riding meets natural nobility, the C'est le Français is born. Originating from France, this horse seems to have been sculpted with the same grace used to design Europe's grand palaces. Imposing height, elegant bearing, and strength that hides beneath the refinement of every movement. It's an athlete with the soul of an artist, capable of soaring over impossible obstacles with the lightness of a leaf in the wind. Born from a careful mix of French warmbloods and other European breeds like the Anglo-Norman, the Selle Français was created with a clear goal: to excel in equestrian sports. And not only has it achieved that, it has surpassed it. Its talent in Olympic disciplines like show jumping and eventing has placed it at the pinnacle of the equestrian world. It's no surprise to see them shining with medals around their necks and their eyes fixed on the next feat. But what makes the Selle Français a true gem isn't just its performance, it's its balance. It's strong, yes, but also agile. Elegant, but not fragile. It has character, but knows how to listen. It's a horse that adapts, learns quickly, and forms a team with its rider as if sharing the same thought. An interesting fact: many of the horses that have made history in the Olympic Games belong to this breed. In the equestrian world, a Selle Français is like a professional fencer, fast, precise, and with a style that seems choreographed. And yet, far from the podium and applause, it maintains a serene nobility. It can be trained by professionals or ridden by experienced amateurs. It can cross a field with the same ease as it tackles an obstacle course. That makes it not only visually stunning, but also admirable in essence. The Selle Français doesn't impose itself with harshness, but with class. Every step it takes carries the elegance of a centuries-old tradition, the drive of a champion, and the subtle beauty of something made to stand out without needing to shout. 10. Trakehner. In the deep forests of East Prussia, where the wind blew through the pines and fields stretched endlessly to the horizon, a breed was born that combined elegance, strength, and courage. The Trakehner. Originally bred as a saddle horse for Prussian military officers, this equine stands out for its refined structure, athletic bearing, and fiery gaze. Though its temperament is described as nervous, this doesn't mean instability, but rather pure energy, a vibrant spirit that beats beneath a resilient hide. The Trakehner literally has a big heart, both in physical size and absolute devotion to its rider. 11. Shire, Sherman. When one imagines a horse straight out of medieval legends, they're probably thinking of a Shire. Gigantic, with a robust body and dark coat contrasting with the majestic white feathers adorning its legs, this horse seems to have been created to carry armor, pull royal carriages, or cross fields wrapped in mist, and indeed it was. Originating from the United Kingdom, the Shire is a breed that combines raw power with ancestral elegance. This equine colossus is one of the tallest horses in the world. Some specimens exceed 180 centimeters at the withers, and their mere presence commands respect. But what's most impressive isn't just their size, it's their nobility. Behind that immense body lies a calm heart, a patient mind, and a gentle temperament that defies all expectations. In the past, they were the giants who moved the world, literally. Before tractors existed, shires were responsible for pulling plows, transporting large beer barrels, and moving heavy machinery on farms and in cities across England. Their strength was so reliable that even today, in the 21st century, some British breweries still use shires in parades to honor that tradition. An interesting and charming fact: their feathers, the white hair around their ankles, are not only beautiful, they're also a practical adaptation to protect their legs from mud and cold in the wetlands of the UK. And although they may look like delicate adornments, they're designed by nature to endure. Despite their colossal strength, shires are surprisingly easy to handle. They're known as gentle giants for their calm disposition and ease of working with humans. They're so calm that even children or beginners can be near them without fear. Today, their numbers have dwindled, making them a living gem of equine history. Watching a Shire walk is like observing the echo of another era. A kind giant that continues to remind us that true strength doesn't need to shout. It just needs to move forward with firm steps and a serene soul. 12. Clydesdale. In the green lands of Scotland, where mist slides between ancient hills and the sound of the wind holds stories of clans and battles, a horse as imposing as it is endearing was born, the Clydesdale. This giant with hairy legs and a sweet gaze is unmistakable. Its majestic bearing, steady gait, and those large hooves covered in white feathers make it look like it stepped out of a fairy tale illustration. With varied colors, they often display bay and white combinations that shine under any light, as if each one carried its own flag on its skin. Bred in the region of the River Clyde, this horse was designed for heavy work, ploughing fields, pulling carts, carrying goods. Strong, resilient, and with a calm temperament, the Clydesdale earned the respect of farmers and merchants for centuries. But its worldwide fame came thanks to beer. Yes, Clydesdales became legendary thanks to the Budweiser brand, which has used them as a symbol of strength, elegance, and tradition since 1933. Since then, these horses appear in advertisements, parades, and events, always impeccable, adorned with gleaming harnesses and bells that chime to the rhythm of their steps. The original team was a symbolic gift after the prohibition of alcohol in the United States, a living toast to the recovery of the brewing industry. Although their size may astonish, some exceed 180 centimeters in height, their personality is friendly and sociable. In fact, many owners claim that these horses adore human attention, and cookies too. Today, though they no longer pull plows or heavy wagons, the Clydesdale remains a modern icon of strength and elegance, trotting between history and the big screen, with the grace of a giant with fluffy mustaches. 13. Appaloosa. In the vast plains of the United States, where the wind sings ancient stories and forests hold secrets of tribes and riders, a horse as unique as it is unforgettable was born, the Appaloosa. This equine not only draws attention for its elegance and endurance, but for something much more unique, its coat. Each Appaloosa carries a map of spots on its body that distinguishes it from the rest. Some display large splashes over a white background, others show subtle mottling, or even a dark base with light spots that look like stars fallen from the sky. But what's truly amazing is that no two Appaloosas have the same spot pattern. It's as if each one bore its own secret code tattooed on its skin, a living fingerprint. In addition to their striking colors, this horse stands out for its light-colored eyes, sometimes amber, other times blue, or even heterochromatic. A genetic rarity that gives it a mysterious, almost magical air. Originally bred by the Nez Perce tribe, which inhabited the northwestern United States, the Appaloosa was a faithful companion in hunting, war, and long journeys across mountains and prairies. Native Americans valued it for its intelligence, speed, and adaptability. Over time, it became a national symbol of the state of Idaho. But its history also had ups and downs. For centuries, it was underestimated and nearly driven to extinction, until breeding programs began in the 20th century to bring it back. Today, it's celebrated not only for its beauty, but also for its versatility. It excels in Western riding, jumping, recreational riding, and even in films. The Appaloosa is not just a horse, it's a work of art in motion, a living canvas that changes with each generation, yet remains unique. Because under the American sun, every spot tells a story, and every Appaloosa is an endless tale. 14. Quarter horse, American quarter horse. In the vast fields of the American West, where the horizon merges with the dust of the road and the sun casts long shadows over the prairie, a horse made for speed and endurance was born. The quarter horse, also known as the American quarter horse. This animal is synonymous with pure power. With a muscular body, sturdy legs, and an always alert posture, the quarter horse is designed to explode in short, precise bursts of acceleration. Its name is no coincidence. It is the undisputed king of quarter-mile races, capable of running short distances at speeds that surpass any other horse, even reaching up to 88 kilometers per hour. But its magic doesn't just lie in its legs. The quarter horse is also one of the most versatile horses in the world. Its calm temperament, intelligence, and ease of learning make it the ideal companion for Western riders. Rodeos, cattle herding, working with livestock. It masters all of this with elegance and precision. Bred since the 17th century through crosses between English and Spanish horses brought to America, this breed was shaped by real-world needs: speed for chasing cattle, endurance for long days in the field, and agility for moving among rocks and pastures. Interestingly, behind its raw strength lies a noble heart. Owners of these horses claim they have a special connection with humans, responding to subtle nuances in communication. In fact, many are so agile that they can change direction in fractions of a second, as if reading their rider's thoughts. Today, the quarter horse is the most numerous breed in the United States, and one of the most beloved in the world. Every year, thousands of fans follow its races, championships, and even its genealogies, because each specimen carries within it the essence of a country that runs without stopping. With every firm step on American soil, the quarter horse remains much more than a horse. It is a symbol of speed, tradition, and the free spirit of the Old West. 15. Peruvian Paso. In the high mountains and sunny plains of Peru, where the wind sings among the Andes and the sun gilds the ancestral land, a horse as noble as it is hypnotic was born, the Peruvian Paso. This equine is elegance in motion. With a full mane that sways in rhythm with its gait, a proud gaze, and a bearing that exudes distinction, the Peruvian Paso isn't just beautiful to look at. it's also a joy to ride. Its shiny coat, thin but strong legs, and that perfect balance between strength and grace make it one of South America's most prized treasures. But what truly makes it unique in the world is the way it walks. The Peruvian paso has a natural lateral gait called the paso llano, a rhythmic and smooth cadence that feels more like a dance than a simple movement. This gait allows it to move quickly without sacrificing comfort for the rider, offering a riding experience as fluid as it is silent. And the best part? This talent isn't taught. It comes naturally from birth. Bred for centuries from Spanish horses, brought during the colonial period, the Peruvian paso was the faithful companion of hacienda owners, travelers, and artists. On large haciendas, it was admired for its endurance on long journeys and for its gentle, intelligent, and sociable temperament. Today, this horse is a national symbol of Peru and the star of festivals, competitions, and parades where its beauty and unique ability are celebrated. Each year, thousands of people gather to watch these animals, adorned with garlands and embroidered capes, parade to the rhythm of their magical gait. The Peruvian paso represents more than just a breed. It is the living memory of a land that dances with every step, a legacy of history, culture, and passion on four legs.